Hello everybody and welcome to Working Title Productions. I'm Ben, he's Ed, trying not to leap out of frame. And we're here to bring you the second episode of Movie Talk for 20...
Third episode of Movie Talk for 2017.
No. Hope everybody's enjoying the new year so far. We're glad to have you with us. Today. And we're going to kick things off by wrapping up the last year because we've now had a chance to see just about all of the films from 2016. There are a couple which we haven't... No,
more than a couple. We missed a few major
We have missed a few crucial ones. We will give them honourable mentions for the sake of it, as well as other films which didn't make the cut. But for the most part, this video are our separate top 10 movies of 2016. We're not going to talk about any of these movies for too long because that would just take way too long to shoot. None of you have that time.
We did reviews on, and so there may be annotations to our full reviews on them.
Maybe there will be.
Yeah, I'll take the time.
Good.
So yeah, may as well start off with movies that we didn't see. Alright,
Yes.
so
Crucial movies, which might
Birth
have
of a
made
Nation, Patriots Day, Manchester.
I've got Patriots Day on my Birth of a Nation on my hard drive, and I just didn't have time to see it before doing this video.
Yep. Manchester by Sea, Edge of 17. So Manchester by Sea isn't out for us. Edge of 17 comes out today as we're filming, so we haven't seen it yet.
I might actually get to see it. No, I'll see it with you tomorrow.
Sweet. And
Arrival. Did you mention Arrival?
We didn't see Arrival. I think those are the. I haven't seen Allied yet. Ben saw Allied. He liked it. Ben saw Passengers. I didn't see Passengers. I think that's,
those are the ones. Those were the contenders which we haven't seen.
Fences. Apparently that's good.
Apparently. We can't list every film we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Because there's no guarantee that every movie we didn't see would have made the list.
Yeah.
Crucial ones such as Patriots Day and Birth of a Nation and Arrival, which have been big hitters on other lists we have not seen. We apologise. That's the nature of living in Australia. These are the films we have seen and the ones that we liked the most. This isn't necessarily an objective list. This is about simply what we enjoyed the most, I believe.
Do you have honourable mentions for your list?
I do have honourable mentions. Movies, like a couple of comedies, I really enjoyed this year, but I just don't enjoy comedies as much as other films. So Sausage Party and Central Intelligence are both excellent movies for what they are, but I don't enjoy those kinds of films as much as others, so they are not on my list. Let me think. Honourable mention goes to the Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut, because while I really enjoy that, it didn't seem fair to put an alternate version of a film in a top 10 list when it was really only screened in one theatre once in the entire world. So that's not fair, you know. Once you start adding films like that, then there's all these other things. Where do you draw the line? I draw the line at a wide theatrical release.
That's fair.
I don't think I have any other honourable mentions. I'm pretty sure ones that aren't on mine that I really liked are on yours. So I'm going to leave it at that because we're going to keep this video short.
For me, probably I would say The Founder, which we didn't get a chance to review, but we both really enjoyed. Really great movie, but not... Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like there's something about it that doesn't quite push into my top 10. And then also for me, Nice Guys, which I really, really enjoyed, but I couldn't quite find a spot for it on my list. Alrighty, so when we were talking about doing our top 10 list, I was like, Ben, you are not going to see my number 10 movie coming because it's like a random pick. We didn't see it together. I didn't even see it in cinemas. I saw it afterwards.
I actually only just saw it.
Because
and I didn't see this coming.
Number 10 pick is Zootopia. I really, really enjoyed this movie. It had like a really dope voice cast. With a special shout out to Jason Bateman, who I felt did a really good job as the raccoon. I can't
Fox.
Remember. The fox, yes, the fox. I saw this movie a while ago. I can't remember everything about it, but yeah, this was just a really, really cool movie. I really liked how the plot developed, even if minor parts of it were a little bit predictable, but I don't know, I thought it was a really interesting commentary on what our modern society looks like, and it was done in a really well way because it's a kids' film for kids to relate to it. And yeah, just in general, I had a really good time with it, and yeah, really enjoyed it for what it was. Solid animation, good music, all that sort of thing, and yeah, and the thing from that movie that stood out the most to me was just this really cool plot that jumped around to a lot of different locations and made references to a lot of really different cool properties. So good job, Zootopia.
Fair enough. I mean, yes, it's certainly a lot of fun as a movie. I did really enjoy it. Obviously, didn't quite make the cut for me. It is a lot of fun. It really did hit me when I first saw it. Unfortunately, the year is long and many things get in the way. So it didn't quite make the list. My number 10 is Deepwater Horizon. This is film when we saw it. This is the one film this year that made me cry. Like, this film is very emotionally intense, and for me, I felt it, I guess, on a very personal level. I'm not really sure why. I have no connection, but the director really makes you feel everything in this movie. He really sells it home for you, and it's just a wonderful film to enjoy. Mark Wahlberg does an excellent performance. Yeah, we've done a review of this one. You can check it out. You can understand why we enjoyed this film so much. For me, it's at number 10. Actually got no idea if it's on your list at all.
It's not on my list. Not. Really, really close. But I knew you were talking about it, so I didn't put in my honorable mentions. And the director of Deepwater Horizon also directed Patriots Day. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he does with that story. My number 9 is Bridget Jones's Baby. So whenever I think about this movie, I think about that stupid cult intro that I made, spoofing the opening to the original Bridget Jones's Diary movie when Ben wasn't here. That was funny. That did really well on Facebook. I enjoyed that a lot. And I also enjoyed this movie a lot. It really showed just how like this franchise can grow up. Like the first two Bridget Jones movies are like the first one, great. Second one, but like they're no.
Second one's bad.
Neither of them are overly serious. They're just like fun and like Bridget Jones is messing about and that sort of thing. Here they really bring like the emotional punches and stuff and like actual like character development and like feelings and stuff, and it's really really good.
This one is made 12. This one is made 12 years later, and it feels like it's a 12 years more mature film. Like, as the audience of this film has grown up and matured, so has the content within it, and everything has grown so organically in that time. Like, everything in this movie just, like, makes sense, even though it's been so long since the last one, and the last one was so bad. I mean, you don't mind it. I like despise the second film. Oh, yeah, the fight scene's cool. But I don't like that second Bridget Jones's movie. But this one really does well to send the trilogy off on a high note. It's just excellent, yeah. Are we doing my number 9 now? Yeah. Okay, so my number 9, this is a film you definitely haven't seen, Ed. This is a film probably most people haven't seen. This film is Captain Fantastic. Probably most people don't know this movie. This is a film, it stars Viggo Mortensen, the guy that played Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Him and his kids live out in the wilderness by themselves. And he's got like 10 or 12 kids, something crazy like that. And him and his wife look after them, but his wife has been sick and she's been off in the mysterious city in hospital where the doctors are trying to make her better. And she dies. And that's the very start of the movie.
Okay.
And the movie is him and his kids dealing with it, and then going to their mum's funeral and discovering what our world is like, and like them seeing this world from this very skewed perspective. They've learned to live off the land a lot more than we have. He grew up in our society. Viggo Mortensen grew up in our society, but he's so disenfranchised with everything we've done. He's trying to raise his kids to save the world, which is why he is Captain Fantastic.
It's pretty funny.
It's just it's a touching, emotional story. This is one of those quieter movies that came out in the middle of the year that nobody really got the chance to see. But I feel like it really deserves a voice, because for me, it really hit home. I really enjoyed everything about this film. All of these child actors are great. Like, people say, wow, they found one child actor to be in their movie. That's really great that they were able to find one great child actor. Yeah. It's like, no, this movie has 10 great child actors in it. They're all amazing. Like, and they range too. There's like his oldest son is like 16. His youngest daughter is like 4. It's just crazy, and then every age in between, and they make it work. It's just a really lovely film about a very oddball family, and how they approach our world and the flaws, and even the better things of our world. Like, it doesn't pretend that he's all high and mighty. It's very 50-50. I love it.
Cool.
Alright, what's your number 8?
My
this is very exhausting.
number 8
I love these movies.
is Jungle Book, which was an early release for us. Came out the week before Captain America Civil War, so we're talking about late April, early May sort of thing.
It's definitely in the opening part of the year.
Yeah.
I can't remember specifically when it came out.
Well, I saw on our video list it came out the week before Civil War.
Oh, okay, right.
So, yes, I assume the week before Civil War. Yeah, really good movie.
Surprisingly so.
Yeah, surprisingly so, because I don't know, I think people were like kind of unsure when they would kind of go like the live action route. I put live action in inverted commas because it's like one little kid and then a lot of CGI landscapes and characters.
But that's sorry, I need to say this. But the CGI is great, and the kid does really well when he's just surrounded by green screens. Sorry, go.
Yeah, and just like the caliber of actors that they got in for this movie was just ridiculous, and everyone like absolutely like nails their roles. Perhaps apart from Scarlett Johansson as the snake thing, but she's also not in it much, so it's hard. But like Bill Murray was excellent. Like, Bill Murray's a fine actor. Like, people like really like him from like the stuff that they used to in the old days. But I haven't seen a lot recently that I've actually really, really liked. I really liked Bill Murray in Jungle Book. I thought he was really, really good. And then of course, Ben Kingsley and Idris Elba.
Both excellent.
Both do really, really good jobs.
Shere Khan and...
But the movie's good. And yeah, like it's... I don't know, it felt serious and like you...
But it never lost its family friendliness?
Yeah, I suppose so. But like, yeah, I just feel like that everything had real gravity to it, and you were just able to feel like really invested in everything that was happening despite the large amount of technical effects. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie as well. Didn't make my list. It is really, really good. Alright, so we're looking at The Founder. Wow, I never thought I'd be so into a movie about McDonald's. The Founder is one of those films that came out rather recently. It comes into the back end of the year looking for its Oscar nominations and stuff. This one really hits it. This film is really spectacular. Like, there's a certain magic to the way these McDonald's brothers really got their restaurant coming to life. Our review came out for this recently, so I'm not going to say too much on it.
We didn't review it.
Oh my god, we didn't. Now I have to say it. There's just so much to talk about. The story in itself is really, really interesting, but the way Michael Keaton sells this main character who you're not supposed to like, the way you follow him anyway, is incredible. McDonald brothers are just awesome. You see, like, this huge giant corporation we all know today was a family restaurant once upon a time. To see how that all came to be is just really, really fascinating, and it's executed superbly. Ed, Force on The Founder. I
totally agree. Michael Keaton is an absolute powerhouse in this, as he is in a lot of things these days. He's like, it's almost like
a comeback.
It's almost like the whole story point of Birdman is coming true for Michael Keaton.
That is actually really true.
But
and now he's playing Vulture in Spider-Man.
Yeah, that should be good. But at the same time, everyone around him is really good as well. Like Patrick Wilson, who I really like, has a small role, but he's good in that. And the guys who play the McDonald brothers, whose names I of course can't remember. I think Nick Offerman plays one of them, if memory serves.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like really, really solid. You really feel for these McDonald brothers because like Ray Kroc is just the absolutely worst human being in the entire world.
And he's completely perverting their beautiful vision of a family-friendly restaurant.
Yeah, and it's like really interesting how McDonald's is able to be so economically viable, and how they work, their industry, and their business. It's a really fascinating look at the entire thing. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Alright.
My next movie number 7 is Central Intelligence.
Fun film.
Yeah, really good film. Perhaps helped by the fact that we saw Ghostbusters on the same day, which made it very easy to like Central Intelligence. But yeah, like just really great stuff. I think relatable characters, really, really good. Obviously Ben and I are quite recently, well not quite recently, out of high school, but like everyone has that experience of like different stereotypes in school, and I thought this was a really interesting look at like how those change throughout life. And I thought it was really, really interesting. Very often we see The Rock just playing himself.
Yeah, he plays The Rock.
But here he plays like an actual role, and it's really, really cool to see because
he does something different.
Yeah, because he like really brings it, and I think it's really, really good. And then like the action's cool. The comedy's quite witty, and it's
the
very
comedy
funny.
is very well timed, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It knows when to be silly and when to be serious, and it does both very, very well.
It knows when to be visual and then dialogue based as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the the marriage counselor scene.
Yeah.
Is like one of the funniest scenes in movies all year. Like it's really, really great stuff. So yeah, love Central Intelligence. Definitely worth picking up on a rental to watch.
Definitely worth watching at least once. It's not like Ghostbusters is terrible, but this film is leaps and bounds ahead of it, and we saw it on the same day, so we can't help but make the comparison. It's got a lot of heart. I hear a lot of people calling this a passable film. I disagree because it has so much heart behind it, and it really is an enjoyable film. And
it's got Kevin Hart
it's funny.
in it. Yeah.
It has one job: be funny, and it does that excellently.
And then it does everything else well as well.
So
you missed my amazing Kevin Hart joke. He's like, it has heart, and I'm like, yeah, it does. It has Kevin Hart.
I'm sorry. Oh goodness, how did I miss that? It's just
quite easily actually.
It was just. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The thing goes over my head.
Moving right along at my number. I would catch it. Moving right along at my number 7, I've got Deadpool. The film that everyone was expecting to be good, but no one was expecting to be this good. The way that Deadpool just comes out of the ashes of development hell and is this funny, entertaining, R-rated, disgustingly violent film is just incredible to see. It just, as a comic book fan, this just brings joy to my eyes to see that this kind of a vision finally came to life, and this feels like a step in the direction where now it's like studios won't be afraid to take risks on comic book movies.
Why we're getting Logan.
It's why we're getting Logan. There you go. Like, now we can get variety in comic book movies. They don't all have to be the same anymore. Deadpool has opened up the door for so many other opportunities, and I'm just so glad that it worked for Deadpool itself, because people have been waiting a long time for Deadpool to be done right. And you can do Deadpool without it being rated R, but the fact that they were able to have that R rating just completely frees them up. And it's hilarious. The action is well done. When you consider the budget, it's really incredible how good this movie is, because like the visual effects have no right to be as good as they are. He's not Ryan Gosling. Ryan Reynolds.
You got there.
He just, he gave himself. I don't think he got paid much. He certainly puts everything into the marketing campaign, and it paid off, and it's a really good movie, and I'm going to shut up so that we can keep this video short. Ed, Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool, totally excellent. I rewatched it a couple of days ago with a friend, and it's definitely not one of those movies that you just liked because of the hype when it first came out. It's something that definitely holds up. It's really, really funny. I was laughing out loud at a lot of things because, like, I forgot about a couple of things that were coming, and, like, they just killed me, but then you remember some things that are coming, and they still, like, make you laugh a lot. And, yeah, and it's just, like, very cleverly paced, great performances, weak villain, but, it's a comic book movie. What else is new?
I think it's all about playing up Deadpool, though.
Yeah,
so.
But it's just really solid. TJ Miller's really good in this movie as well. Like he's especially funny. Like he's like, I would come with you, but I don't want to. Like things like that. Like he just like absolutely nails, and so does everyone around Ryan Reynolds in that movie, because it's really good.
It is really good.
Funnily enough, my number 6 also Deadpool.
Oh, excellent.
So we can move right along to your number 6.
My number 6 lower than I originally had it is Hacksaw Ridge. This film was sitting really, really high after we saw it. I kind of love this film. It's really, really good. Mel Gibson, say what you want about the dude, he knows how to make movies, and his movies are excellent. This one is a real testament to the Australian film industry and what it can do.
Yes.
Because other than Vince Vaughn and Andrew Garfield, this is an Australian movie. Like, it's about Americans in World War II, but it's just an all-Australian cast, all-Australian crew. Was it shot in Australia?
Yeah, man.
There you go. Classic Mel Gibson. But that's not what makes it great. What makes it great is that it's very true to what the real story was. It's very hyper-violent in this Mel Gibson kind of way, but it's not to be hyper-violent. It's not for the shock value. It's just because that was World War II. And it tells this really great story. And at the heart of this film is the story of one medic and what he did. And it's just really, really touching, and it really carries that entire film. Andrew Garfield does a really great job, as does Vince Vaughn. Yeah. Do you want to...
Yeah, I'll say something quickly. I totally agree.
Just briefly.
The violence definitely highlights the sacrifice that Andrew Garfield's character is making, and his courage and his belief is just incredible. And also the dichotomy between the start of it and the end of it and the back half of it is really, really cool as well. Just really helps build up everything that happens in the end of the movie. So yeah.
Absolutely.
My number 5...
6. No, yeah, you're number 5. Sorry, we did my number 6. I'm sorry.
My number 5 is Star Wars Rogue One.
Okay.
Now, it's kind of funny because I'm not actually the world's biggest Star Wars fan. Like, I've said before on the show probably, like, I like Star Wars, I don't love Star Wars, but, like, this is the Star Wars film that I wanted, and it played out... as we talked about in the review, I predicted exactly how it went down. But that's okay, because watching that go down the way it went down was just, like, the dopest thing ever. I had a great time. Like, as we talked about, like, the first half of the movie, not that great. But if without the first half, the back half wouldn't be so good. It's really hard to criticize the fact that the first half is so long, because it's what gives us the fantastic second half. So, like... It's to say, oh, this is long, but, like, this is good, because, like, yeah, sure, it's long, but it's good. Great movie.
See, for me, the end kind of movie was just kind of like, oh, yeah, it's not the best Star Wars. It's not to say that I didn't like this film, because I certainly did, and for a while it was on my list. I was like, I need to put it on, and then I kept remembering all of these other films we'd seen throughout the year, and I'm like, I can't put it on. It's close, but it's just not quite there. This is an excellent film, but it's just not in my top 10. The first half is a little slow. It's nothing in this film is bad. It's just it doesn't quite hit me the way some of the other films did. I don't quite feel the emotional attachment. Like, for me, character is everything, and when I'm not quite as attached to these characters as I should be, I just have to take it off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alrighty.
Ben?
My number 5. Okay.
Speak up.
My number 5. Okay.
Maybe not that much.
My number 5 is La La Land. La La Land is an excellent film that just came out. We've just done our review on this, so you can check it out. Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, the guy that wrote the music for Hamilton. What's not... No?
That's Moana.
No, sorry, that's from Moana. Who wrote the music for this?
Uh-oh.
Excellent music. Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, the director of Whiplash.
David Chappelle?
Yes, thank you.
No problem.
What's not to love? This film is excellent. This is like old school Hollywood. There are so many old people who are going to enjoy this movie. But if you're not an old person, you're still going to enjoy it, because there's something here for everyone. It's just one of those movies that just covers every single base. It's so excellent in every aspect of the filmmaking. Just a wonderful movie. That's all I'm going to say on it, Ed.
Yeah, definitely. Music, incredible. The, like, slow burn through the story is, like, really, really well done, because, like, in, like, classic love stories, like, oh, they meet and they're instantly falling in love, and they're like, happy. But no, this one does, takes, like, a really realistic time through it, and it's, like, really, really cool. And you
when
see
they
them, like...
finally
like,
kiss,
War.
It matters.
Yeah, for sure. Did I already say the music was excellent? The music's excellent.
You did say the music was excellent.
And Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling absolutely kill their performances. Like, they are both ridiculously good in this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, you think back to, like, just, like, especially Emma Stone, like, just the different ranges that she has to show, because she has to hit a lot of different things, and she's just, like, really, 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 really good. So, yeah, La La Land.
Cool. Very cool. Alrighty.
My number 4 is Captain America: Civil War. You bastard. My number 4 is Captain America: Civil War. So, no secret, I really like Captain America. We've got Tim, looks like
both
chilling down
really
here.
like Captain America.
Favorite Avenger?
Yes.
Favorite Avenger.
Obviously.
Of course. All these people saying Thor, idiots.
No, they say Iron Man.
Well, we know people who say Hawkeye. We know people who say Black Widow. We know people
do.
who say Thor.
I can respect people that say Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Even Black
yeah.
Widow. Or the Hulk. Iron Man feels like just the... Anyway. Captain
Iron
America.
Man feels like a cop-out answer.
Captain America.
Captain America, best adventure. Also has the best trilogy in the MCU at the moment, because Captain America: Civil War was just the most ridiculously incredible comic book movie I've probably ever seen. Like, it is just insanely, ridiculously good. Like, this movie introduces, like... Okay, probably only just, like, 2 new characters.
Black Panther, Spider-Man. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, and, Zemo.
Oh, yeah, Zemo. He won't be back.
Probably not. At least I didn't kill an MCU villain.
No, that's refreshing.
Spoilers. But it came out in, like, May. We're in January.
You've seen it.
You care about movies. You've seen Civil War.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We
yeah.
could just leave it there.
No. Yeah, so Captain America: Civil War was absolutely fantastic. Like, it absolutely killed everything that I wanted this movie to be. I knew we weren't getting, like, Civil War from the comics, but I didn't want Civil War from the comics because it wouldn't have worked. And the way they took the name of that story and put it into a story that was absolutely perfect for the MCU was just absolutely ridiculously good. And I can't wait to see what those brothers do with Infinity War, because that is going to be an absolute roller coaster, hopefully.
Definitely.
Because they absolutely nailed Winter Soldier and now Civil War. So, like...
Yeah, definitely.
And then, yeah, going from the airport scene to the final act.
Yeah. I won't say this is the best comic book movie I've ever seen. This is the most awesome comic book movie I've ever seen.
I don't count Dark Knight as a comic book movie, so exactly. I would say Civil War.
It's the most awesome. As a comic book fan, seeing comic books come to life, this one is the one that lives that up the most, and it's truly a wonderful thing to say. At my number 4, we go from one film starring Ryan Gosling to another. The Nice Guys.
Who aren't very nice.
No, they're not. This film is directed by Shane Black. It also stars alongside Ryan Gosling. Is that guy that owns my football club. Russell Crowe, that's his name.
What? You couldn't remember Russell Crowe's name?
I couldn't remember Russell Crowe's name.
What is wrong with you?
He owns my favourite football club, South Sydney. Russell Crowe's in this, Ryan Gosling's in this. Surprisingly, they work really well together. Their chemistry, their relationship as these two slightly different professionals whose worlds just kind of collide is really, really funny in this kind of awkward, action-y kind of way. Shane Black does the best awkward action you will ever see? Maybe not ever see. At the moment, he does the best awkward action. He's bringing it back in a big way. It's his thing, and he does it really well. He did it in Iron Man 3, which is a criminally underappreciated movie. He does it here, which is a criminally underseen movie. More people should have seen The Nice Guys, and they didn't. I love this film. I've got it high up my list. I really, really hope that people eventually come to recognise this film and give it a chance, because it really is just so much fun. It's not really like, it's not based off anything. It's
original script, yeah.
Yeah, it's an original script. There's no comic book for this. There's no adapted screenplay. There's nothing going. It's just, here's a couple of good stars. Here's an original story. Go. And it really, really is awesome to watch. I want to leave it at that. I said watch like a New Zealander.
In retrospect, this should be on my list. I almost liken it to LA Confidential, ironically, considering Russell Crowe's in that, even though it's a completely different character. But it's a lot more silly than LA Confidential. I like it in the way the plot unfolds, how they've got to find out these different things, and there's a lot of like different moving parts, and it all comes together in a really silly way.
And the characters, they get their moments as well. Like they really shine. Anyway.
So yeah, it should be on my list. I'm sorry it's not, but it's how it goes. I only remembered about it this morning.
10 is a hard number to dwindle down to, unfortunately. So it's just gonna happen sometimes. Do we want to move on to your number 3?
My number 3 movie is Hacksaw Ridge, which we've basically already talked about in depth.
Do you want to talk about it a bit more? I was literally trying to cut you off so you would have more to talk about at this point.
No, I don't feel like I need to say anything about it. I'm happy with what I said.
You're happy with what you said?
Hacksaw Ridge.
Certainly. Hacksaw Ridge. What was it? It was number 6 on mine. It's number 3 on Ed's. We really rate this movie. We highly recommend you all go see it. If you watch the
average
review,
of 4.5.
Highly recommend you go see it, and we would appreciate it if you checked out the review as well. Do we want to move right along?
Yeah.
Okay, so coming in at my number 3. Did you already talk about it?
No.
Moana.
Make way, Moana.
It's a lot of fun.
Consider the coconuts. Consider the tree.
I only saw this movie recently, and I'm dying to go see it a second time. I want to...
This is the soundtrack, man. That'll deal with all of your Moana
feels. We were talking about it today before we got here, because we'd gone go-karting before this. And it's like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, listen to the soundtrack. I'm like, I could just listen to the whole soundtrack, but I want to see them in the movie.
Yeah,
again.
That's true. I totally understand that.
Oh my goodness, this film.
Like the choreography of that song of Where You Are is really, really good as well. And that clip's not on YouTube, so I can only listen to the audio of my favorite song from the movie. And I'm just thinking about everything that would have been happening on screen.
And
but I like
every variation.
And there's so many little things in everything as well. Like there's a line in Where You Are. It says, "In time you'll learn like I did."
Yeah.
And that's before you find out why the father is so protective.
Yeah.
Just little things like that. Moana is so good.
It's
And also the Moana soundtrack has demo tapes of Lin-Manuel Miranda singing a few of the songs from it, and it's really, really funny.
That'll get a few people on.
It's really funny.
Fresh off of Hamilton, the music in this, I'm not a big musical fan. I can't get into musicals. I appreciate what other people do. This film gives me goosebumps. The music from this literally sends chills down my spines. I haven't been this happy coming out of a film since my number 1 pick, actually, which nothing had made me that happy almost for years. It's just, this film is so wonderful and so enjoyable. I'm Disney's harshest critic. I love this film. I applaud them. They nailed it with this. Ed, this is...
My number 2 is Moana. Let's keep talking about it.
Yeah, we can just keep going.
There's a song in it that's kind of a variation off Where You Are, and it's used in this really important scene, and it all goes slow motion. It slows right down.
God.
Fucking goosebumps! It's so good.
Goosebumps now? No, not quite. They're not coming up.
Not quite goosebumps.
I can feel it in my neck though.
But it's so well done. And the more I think about the ending, the more I like it.
I know.
I talked smack about the ending in our review. I think the ending's great. It's starting to win me
over. Do we need to see this movie again?
Yes.
We need to. Can you tell how much we like Moana? My number 3 is number 2. It's just so amazing.
I still don't like Shiny as a song. I still listen to that I'm like,
that's the one.
Shiny.
That's the one with the crab.
Yeah, that's the one.
That is the absolute weak point of the film.
Yeah. Apart from that,
the weak point of this film is good. It's not great. It's just good. But when your weak point is good, that really speaks volumes to the quality of your movie. And Moana is excellent. Oh my goodness.
Of course, when Lin-Manuel Miranda actually sings in the song in the movie, during the Voyager bits, fanboy moments. That's fan service there. I'm sure a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of Hamilton fans came.
The Rock as Maui
started on
didn't
the
even. Oh goodness gracious me! The dad's really well done. The grandmother's really well done. Oh.
Moana herself is like
Yeah,
amazing.
this
Like,
is the high point of the video.
like
This is the greatest consensus we have on a film. Like, my number 2 is not your number 2. My number 1 is so completely different to your number 1. This is the peak of the video right here. It's our mutual love for Moana.
And like when the credits came on for Moana and they came out with the pop cover of How Far I'll Go, we were like, fuck this.
Yeah,
Because the girl who plays Moana is so much better. Like
the
she's
music
so
in
good.
the film is that much better. I was like, I don't need a pop singer to do a weird pop rendition. I have the perfect version of this song. They used it in the movie. I just want to watch the movie again.
And Dwayne Johnson rapping in You're Welcome.
Oh, goodness.
So good.
That's
and then his character arc as well that we find out about.
Everyone has great character
So
arcs
good.
in this.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess we
My
better.
heart is beating.
I guess
a lot.
we better move on to my number 2.
Yeah, let's do it.
So my number 2, we already covered this. This was Edward's number 4. This is Captain America: Civil War. I have got it very high up my list because of my comic book bias. I can't help it. They're usually the films I enjoy the most. I've only got 2 on my top 10 list. I feel like they both deserve to be there in Deadpool and Civil War. Civil War for me, I really enjoy because it's kind of a fucking miracle that it even works. No, when you think
No,
about
I agree with you.
like, there is no way, like, hey, let's introduce Spider-Man and kind of do half of Spider-Man's origin. Let's introduce Black Panther and do Black Panther's origin. Let's do a movie that's all about the Avengers splitting up. Let's do the Accords. Let's do Zemo. Let's do Winter Soldier. Iron Man.
Let's potentially put 5 new Winter Soldiers in it.
This is a pseudo Iron Man 4. And then, after all of that, at its core, it's still Captain America's movie.
Yeah.
It's still his film. You go from, like people have their gripes with the first Avenger. I love it as a period piece. I love it for what it is.
I agree.
It's very straightforward because that's how things were back then.
That's the 40s.
In the 40s,
Yeah.
everything was straightforward. Then he gets put in the modern day. Everything's so much darker. The Winter Soldier is a darker film. This one's a bit brighter. This one's a lot funner. It's a pseudo-Avengers film. But it's distinctly different from the other 2 films. These 3 Captain America movies are distinctly different from
Fuck me, God. Did no one take the soundbite of me saying "fuck me, Kylo"? Please.
Context is crucial, man. Where was
I can't even see him.
I
He's
can.
gone.
He's right on the other side of that washing pile outside the door you've got. 3 distinctly different films that work well together. They work as their own trilogy. They tie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe really, really well. They work as individual films. Like, you can watch these any way you want. Civil War is just an excellent film. The Russo brothers, the way they've balanced everything, they are the right guys to take on Avengers 3 and 4. They have a monumental task in front of them. But I think if anyone is going to make those films work, it's those guys, because they made this one work so well, and that's why I've got it at number 2.
I agree. You summed it up with the main word that can be used to describe Civil War, and that word is balance. Like, it's so insanely well balanced. This movie should not be well paced, but it is. It's really
You know what the best part
really
is?
well
That, like,
paced.
this film has all of the same problems that Avengers Age of Ultron has, but Avengers Age of Ultron can't handle those problems. Like, it literally just cannot.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the capacity to do that. This film handles those problems, has a great story at its heart, and then just brings everyone to life and just gives you so much fun and enjoyment as well.
Yeah, and I was totally worried about Avengers 3 and 4 until I heard the Russos were coming up, just because we've seen so little of Thanos.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen Thanos in Guardians and at the end of...
Technically, the end of Age of Ultron.
End of Age of Ultron?
Yeah.
And end of the original Avengers and stuff like that, but it's just not enough. These things aren't enough. It's cool that you're teasing that he's coming, but like there's so much baggage that comes with Thanos, and I honestly wasn't sure how they were going to do it, but Russo's hopefully going to absolutely kill it.
Yeah. I could say things about all these Thanos post-credit scenes, but that's a discussion for another day. I really want to get on to our number 1s, because we've got different number 1s, but they're both really good.
My number 1 is La La Land, which...
I don't need my phone.
I don't think we need to talk heaps more about La La Land. I think...
But we could.
We could.
We could.
We could talk about La La Land. Ironically, our La La Land review's actually coming out as we film this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it comes out today.
Yeah, it comes out today. Yeah, I know, right?
Alrighty.
It's amazing. Yeah, I don't know, like...
It's just excellent.
Yeah.
There's something here for everyone. This story is so incredible. Like, you think it's going to do one thing. What the story ends up being once you get to the end is not what you thought it would be at the start. And it's kind of beautiful in a slightly tragic way that you make peace with. It's, for a film that's so wacky and crazy where everyone just bursts into song and dance, it's real.
So grounded. It's awesome.
You know, and like Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone really carry this entire movie. Like the movie is them. Especially. The movie is them and their story.
Like, you think about Emma Stone's audition scene.
Yeah,
that's an incredible scene. That is like just... That's almost the pinnacle of filmmaking. Like, alright, we're done, we can go home. This is it, man. This is
it. Everyone give up!
But even above that, the final sequence...
It's just incredible.
It's so good. Like, even above the performances, like, because the performances in this are amazing.
I think the movie I wanted. But it's not the movie I deserve with this story.
I think even technically, this is one of the most well-made movies, if not the most well-made movie to come out last year.
I think, technically speaking, yes, it would be.
It was
the most objectively well-made movie of 2016. And the way that, the music is incorporated so well in the story. People struggle to make modern-day musicals because they can't incorporate the music into a film without it being jarring. In La La Land, they make it work. You want to know how it's not jarring? They just do it. Like, they just jump right in. It's like, do you need an excuse for everybody to start singing? No! Just start singing. And they do, and it's so much fun. That very first song, which has really nothing to do with the rest of the movie, is just a delight to watch.
But even then, they still use little things to actually make it seem like that it brings. Like, you think about City of Stars, which is Ryan Gosling's main song. He's just walking on the pier, and he starts whistling.
Yeah, which people do, but no one can whistle like Ryan Gosling does.
Yeah, not me. That probably sounded really bad on the mic. We'll find it.
No, I'm not much better than you.
Yeah, but even as soon as he starts whistling, you already hear the soft piano behind it. It's really, really cool. And then
it's almost like we're in his head because he can hear the music in his head.
Yeah, and then immediately transfers over to him practicing the song, and that's where Emma Stone comes into it. It's very organic and it's really well done.
Yeah, it's just an excellent film. I can see why you would pick that at number one. That is a great
I am the musical guy. So La La Land was just like we talk about it in my review, but like I'm seriously just like this the entire time.
He really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm not a musical guy, so that speaks to its quality as well. So, I guess it's
your number one. I know what your number one
is. You know what my number one is. This is probably going to make a few people angry. They're going to be like, what the hell? Like, after everything I've got, no one's going to have any idea what I've got at number one. It's Bridget Jones's Baby.
I thought Suicide Squad.
Get the fuck out. That movie's terrible. I love this scene.
I need to rewatch it. I've only seen it one time.
Bridget Jones's Baby. Edward already talked about this. I was holding off because I really wanted to say the things I love most about this movie. For now, this film is just... It's such a natural progression of the Bridget Jones story, and it's absolutely not what I was expecting. Having seen the first film and having seen its cash grab sequel, I was like, this movie's coming out 12 years later. This is a really bad sign, you know. I'm like fresh off the disappointment of Independence Day. I'm just like, oh no. Oh no. The first film's good, it's whatever. It'll be one of those things where it's like, hey, the first film's really great, just enjoy the first film. And I walk in, and this film just surprises me on every level. Even things like Hugh Grant, sorry, I need to say this, not coming back for the sequel, having been right out of the story. They do it in a really clever way that just kind of fits what the story is anyway.
And it fits with his character as well.
It does.
Like, it's classic Hugh Grant's Bridget Jones's character.
Yeah.
It's really, really fun. And, like, it's incredible that... I don't want to say it's incredible that you like it so much, but, like, it's really interesting for you because it's not like you were waiting for this movie to come out.
No.
Because you only saw 1 and 2 the day we saw Bridget Jones's Baby.
Yeah, that's right.
We marathoned the first 2 and then went straight to the cinema for
And
Bridget
I
Jones's Baby. And we
I
were
didn't
tired
like
as.
the second one. I was worried I was going to have fatigue of the franchise watching the third film. But I didn't. And having rewatched it multiple times, it gets better and better. This film has so much heart. I haven't felt this good coming out of a movie since like The Dark Knight Rises ended. Being a massive Batman fanboy growing up, that was like the one thing that touched me more. It's like that and Toy Story 3. I don't know what it was that made me love this movie, but everything feels so natural. And at its core, it's just a fun, entertaining film that isn't caught up. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It just knows what it is. And it's just good, wholesome entertainment. And at the end of the day, that's what a movie is meant to be. And so I can't help but have it at number 1.
I think more than anything, it's just because that ending was so heartwarming and like really not, and like no one was really sure what we were going to get. What's so cool about it is that both Colin Firth and Patrick
Dempsey?
Yeah, Patrick Dempsey's characters were both like enjoyable to watch, and you liked both of them like more than anything. Like Hugh Grant was supposed to hate, and we do hate Hugh Grant in Bridget Jones's Diary.
That's not the appropriate character for this story.
Yeah, exactly, and it's really, really well done. Like where both of these guys are coming from, and the way they solve the resolution of Bridget Jones's little baby, is.
It's perfectly satisfying.
It's really, really cool.
Exactly what they should have done.
Yeah.
I don't think like some movies are like, let's go for the big controversial ending, really shock everyone. Other films like, gotta play it really, really safe, gotta make everyone happy. Bridget Jones's Baby's like, let's do this ending because that makes the most sense, and that's what it does. And yeah, can't help
both within the movie and within the
trilogy. Yeah, that's right. Can't help but love it. And as someone who didn't care about the Bridget Jones franchise before seeing it, it's just like, yeah, number 1 film.
Also, Emma Thompson has some of the best lines of the entire year in this movie.
Absolutely.
She's an absolute crack up.
Hilarious.
It's really, really funny. Let me know when you find out who the father is. It's so good. Oh, you already know. Thank God. Why didn't you tell me? Yeah.
Bridget Jones's Baby is my number 1. La La Land is Ed's number 1. Moana is the film we're both freaking out about the most. That wraps up 2016. It might have been a shit year for you guys, but we had a ball seeing all of these movies together. We had a ball experiencing so many wonderful films. There was a point there in the middle of the year I was like, wow, what a really average year it's been. This has been a weak film year. And it just kept chugging on. And yeah, it just got so much better. It's been our first year doing Movie Talk, being up on YouTube, and we're so thankful for all of your support as well. Thank you so much for being with us every step of the way. And now, I guess it's onwards to 2017. We've got a couple of 2016 releases yet to do. We'll probably see those. But it's almost to the future, and we really hope you come with us. If you've enjoyed this video, you can hit that subscribe button below. If you want to tell us what your top 10s were, or just what you thought of the year of 2016 and film in general, you can comment it below. You can tweet to us at Edward Nowak, at Benjamin Waters, at BenjWaters01. My apologies. We have a Facebook page you can check out, facebook.com/working title YouTube. I almost said the www again. Share this video if you've enjoyed it and you thought other people should see it as well. We'd greatly appreciate that. Obviously, you don't have to. This is a free world. We're not here for the views. We're here because we love film. Ed's here for the views. I'm here because I love films. Thank you so much, guys, and until next time, have a good one.